he basically started with like 3,000 followers and gained 100K. Are most people overthinking the whole content game? Because this guy's just doing the same thing over and over and over and over, and it's grown him 100K in like 30 days. Is that where you see
Yes.
social media going? Is doing like repeatable stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. He's figured out something that's worked with the algorithm and he's just repeating it over and over. And it's going back to the fact that his audience is rewarding him for making that type of content.
What I think people want to follow him for, specifically like with this case, is it's a challenge. It's like a daily real thing that he's doing. So people are like, oh, I want to see what he's going to do tomorrow. So that one's kind of interesting. I'll show you one other one too that I thought was really nuts. Have you ever seen these where it's like something that you would think would be like a super dopamine thing like this? Like they'll push this rock off a bridge, and then right before it hits, like you get that dopamine hit. It's like you're watching too many freaking reels and you need to get your life together and you need to like get off your phone.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to be old and realize all you did your whole life was like watch reels. They've grown really quickly. I actually started following them a while ago, and they have a newsletter. So it drives traffic to this newsletter about like focus and staying on top of your game and just getting like, it's like a brotherhood of Discord channel kind of thing. And they have a whole bunch of them and they're just blowing up like crazy because it's like a breath of fresh air almost of people being like, you know, you're probably kind of wrecking your life doing this stuff. So like one content strategy I thought of for View Movement would be, we almost have like that dopamine stuff, but then the call to action isn't like get off your phone. It's start creating content. Like you're sitting here watching this, you really want to let everybody else eat your cake while you could have been on top of this game and had, you know, hundreds of thousands of followers by now, and then driving something back to just what we talk about, like with this podcast, to some sort of a newsletter, something like that, to then, you know, of course, offer to edit for people too. I think with a method like this, it would almost be easier to get to, you know, because once you get to a few 100,000 followers, you launch a podcast. It's not just anybody's podcast. It's now, you know, you've got a momentum building, stuff like that. So to me, this style feels like it'd be a good idea. But yeah, I mean, in terms of just content strategy in general for a channel like ours, of us to say just hit a number like 100K, what would be some thoughts that you'd have on that?
I think it's gonna be a good mix of a lot of different things, including our, us speaking directly to the camera, along with, I think that the editing before and afters could be really, really good, because that's showcasing what we actually do and kind of what we are trying to get people to do for themselves would be, just sitting down, creating content and editing. And it could be very simple in that way.